George Clooney is her husband, and she is stunning. One may argue that her wedding was the most momentous event of the year, if not the most momentous occasion in human history. Ella and Alexander Clooney were born to George and Amal at some point. If these two get together, they will definitely have famous and interesting lives. They were born to a famous Hollywood actor and a prominent human rights lawyer from around the world. The surprising revelation about the Clooney twins has weakened Amal Clooney's strong defenses. A mother of many, Amal is well known for her bravery and tenacity in court. The development of empathy and tolerance are values she hopes to teach her children. Which of her children's remarks was so moving that it made her cry? In what ways does this discovery enrich her inspirational life? Come share in the joy of a mother and her child's unexpectedly touching moment. The twins, Ella and Alexander, bravely braved the icy East Coast winter on Thursday as they bundled up and departed from the Four Seasons Hotel. Friday, December 6, 2018, the disheartening truth. The arrival of Amal and George Clooney's twins caught everyone off guard, but that's nothing new for the Clooneys. Some unexpected remarks made recently. Ella and Alexander, her two lively and naughty children, are her pride and joy. The twins may be little, but they've already got a hilarious sense of humor, particularly when it comes to doing stunts. It seems like this is something that's in their blood. Because of the sudden change in their playful behavior, their mother became rather depressed recently. The twins are among those who enjoy themselves immensely. As they dress up like rock stars, they love stuffing their shoes with treats. Their son supposedly once hugged his dad's car as a way to show them how much he loved them. Is their height now equal? Except that he stands taller. It seems strange. Every one of them is distinct and has their own special qualities. Actually, he goes outside and hugs my car. Automobile, when I'm behind the wheel, he clings to it. On the other hand, her daughter, who shares her mother's vision for the future, has been going through her mother's clothes and snatching purses. The quips weren't the only thing that hit Amal, though. For their age, her children display remarkable intelligence and talent. The kids can speak both Italian and English like pros. George thinks they must have inherited their mother's brains, even though their mother was agitated by a recent actual conversation. The twins have grown up with Amal as she has pursued justice, even though she is only 7 years old. With her in mind, With ease, Alexander and Ella develop empathy and a desire to help others. Why did people require protection, and why did she put in so much effort? They asked her this question often. This unsettled her, and she wishes her children would understand and perhaps be inspired by her fight for human rights, for the sake of Amal, who has spent her entire life speaking up for victims of abuse. The very mention of these words brought her to tears. She noticed that her little children were starting to understand her point of view, even though they were still quite little. In addition to being playful and naughty, she saw that her twins' hearts were growing more curious and caring. How did Amal Clooney's upbringing shape her into the extraordinary mother and human rights lawyer that she is today? Amal Clooney, an advocate for human rights, joined other UN members in calling on member states to prioritize the prosecution of war criminals in Ukraine. Definitely not the center of attention. Amal Clooney began off in a less privileged milieu despite her global celebrity status. It was in Beirut when she was born. Disputes over politics plagued every corner of the globe, including Lebanon. While she was just 2 years old, her family fled Lebanon due to the ongoing civil conflict. They took refuge in Buckinghamshire, England, after fleeing to the country in need of safety. She had 3 siblings who shared her upbringing. She was born to a political writer father and an educated businessman mother. Her father had connections to Beirut's renowned Druze community. They ingrained in her values that valued intelligence and resiliency. In St. Hugh's College, Oxford, Amal maintained her excellent academic performance after graduating from Dr. Chalonate's high school. Because she was enthusiastic about the legal profession, she attended New York University to earn a master's degree. She interned with Sonia Sotomayor before becoming a Supreme Court justice. There were other aspects of her life besides school. She was able to converse with individuals all over the world since she was exposed to different cultures and learned multiple languages as she was growing up. She would become the caring advocate she is now in large part because of these experiences. But how did Amal rise from a humble background to become a world-renowned lawyer and passionate advocate? All of a sudden, Amal and now Amal Clooney stands head and shoulders above the rest. We used to talk about none other than Kate, Princess Di, and Jackie O's. She is formally fascinating in every way what she says, does, and wears. Amal Clooney's relentless pursuit of excellence from law school and beyond is a testament to her drive and determination. But college was both a challenge and an adventure for her, and she learned invaluable legal information from Sonia Sotomayor, who would later become a Supreme Court justice. She learned more than just how to get degrees. It was the first step toward a lifelong profession based on service, advocacy, and fairness. She finished her voyage by becoming a member of the illustrious Doughty Street Chambers in London upon her return to the UK. At Doughty Street, she became known as a prominent lawyer who specialized in human rights and international law, because her cases often included prominent figures in delicate political matters. They were difficult. For journalists, political prisoners, and the downtrodden, she fought for justice. She earned renown as an attorney who fearlessly tackles the world's most challenging cases. From protecting the right to free speech to aiding victims of violence, she represented clients globally. The world was captivated by her unwavering commitment to her clients and her relentless pursuit of their rights, in addition to her exceptional work. In the course of her career, she took on cases from all corners of the globe. When Mrs. Clooney went to Washington, D.C. this week to call in the U.S. to do more to stop human rights abuses in another country, she gave the impression that she was an expert on the subject. For many would-be attorneys, she represents hope for a better future, and she serves as an inspiration. Her educational and professional experiences show how dedication and passion can change one's life and the lives of those one serves. There was more to her than just being a lawyer. She spoke out for people who did not have one. Aside from becoming a lawyer, what were her other goals in life? Fighting an uphill struggle justice outside of the judicial system is important to Amal Clooney. A formidable group, the Clooney Foundation for Justice fights for the rights of the defenseless and human rights as a whole. After assisting with its inception, she is now in charge of it. Trial Watch is one way the foundation makes ensuring the voices of those who have been wronged by governments are heard. It is the intention of the Sentry and docket systems to detect instances of corruption that infringe upon the rights of individuals. Combating hate crimes, defending vulnerable groups, supporting children's education, and securing justice for refugees are all goals of her foundation. Her relentless quest for justice has a profound impact on people's lives, and not only in legal settings. When it comes to the rights of women, Amal has always been a fierce fighter. Her tireless advocacy for gender equality has garnered her the moniker superhero. George and Amal Clooney are two of the most famous people who fight for the rights of refugees. They are now speaking out in solidarity with the millions of individuals who have fled their native country in search of safety. She made it possible for a young Lebanese lady to attend an elite foreign school annually through the Amal Clooney Scholarship. Speaking at events all around the globe, she has emphasized the need of women standing together and the role of firearms in times of war. She believes that women can accomplish all they set their minds to. Nevertheless, she delves into the difficulties women face in their fight for equality due to their place of birth. The importance of perseverance, standing firm in one's beliefs, and doing one's part to make the world a better place. She often talks about how strong women need to be to stand up to oppression. In a lecture she gave to the graduating class of Vanderbilt University, she encouraged them to be brave and question the status quo. Her sincere words were met with a standing ovation. Not only does she defend and advocate for clients, but she also teaches. The following group of lawyers are likewise motivated by her example to fight for human rights. As of 2015, she was a senior professor at the Human Rights Institute at Columbia University, where she instructed students in international law. She has also shared her knowledge and enthusiasm for justice as a professor at institutions all around the world. The world is witnessing her good influence firsthand. To defend themselves before the International Court of Justice for Rohingya Muslims, the Maldives has hired the famous human rights lawyer Amal Clooney. Her bravery and resolve have made communities better, people's lives better, and governments more fair and equal. She thinks people should make an effort to live lives that matter so that the good things that happen to them are what others remember. In the midst of her courageous pursuit of justice, how did Amal Clooney meet the man who would become her soulmate? An unexpected get-together. Amal Clooney and George Clooney initially crossed paths in 2013. Something out of the ordinary happened to her. Her life was about to take a dramatic turn, but she was blissfully oblivious to it as she focused on becoming a famous and respected human rights attorney.